Bucking Broncos in New Jersey? Absolutely. Plus, big league teams, challenging ski slopes, a red sea of cranberries, the surging ocean, exotic wildlife, where Lady Luck is no bar to fortune, and reflections of urban change. All these and more, much more, mirror my New Jersey. The Statue of Liberty is mine, for I claim everything available to me within New Jersey. New York cannot claim Miss Liberty, the very symbol of America. She is fully within our state. A few hundred feet from Liberty Park in Jersey City. And we can easily visit America's famed lady on the ferry boat that leaves Liberty Park from April to October. My family and I are pleased to be in New Jersey, and so, for that matter, are most of the 7.5 million people who call New Jersey home. 10 years ago, when we first came here, we had doubts, but New Jersey has given us continuing surprises. Pleasure here begins with the seasons, with summer, when the world-renowned Jersey Shore is at its marvelous best. And when a Mill Pond Dam has irresistible appeal for our children. In autumn, nature paints bright tapestries along our streets and atop our hills. And deepens the peaceful mood on inland rivers. Winter spills snow softly across the state, until spring unlocks the waterways, calling me to match my skills against brook trout. Best of all, in spring, Branch Brook Park in Newark and Belleville glows with far more blossoming cherry trees, both in numbers and in varieties, than Washington, D.C. We have settled in a small town, not far from Newark. Trains carry me there each working day. I work in Newark by choice, for this is New Jersey's largest city, the place where the state's financial heart beats, the center of urban strength. Newark is old, the third oldest city in the United States. This is where I best feel the state's cultural pulse. Newark Museum, for example, acclaimed as one of the foremost city museums in the nation, owns the finest collection of Tibetan art in the United States. The delicacy and mystery of the ancient Orient are a treasure beyond compare. I cherish the chance to hear the New Jersey Symphony, in rehearsal or in concert, at Newark's great Symphony Hall. Cities need attention and support. I know that. I work for them. And I see many signs of revival. Old buildings are being demolished to make way for a brighter tomorrow. Newark's Western Ridge has more vital signs in a university complex capable of educating more than 20,000 young men and women in an urban environment. And an area with one of the world's finest, largest seaports and one of America's most modern international airports has its future assured. New Jersey is the most urbanized state in the nation, but urban is not a dirty word. It's a word of challenge. For America is on the road to being urban nearly everywhere. Meandering byways carry us outward. Outward to hike the Appalachian Trail along the state's northwestern Kittatinny Mountains. We stride the rock-strewn path. We pause at Sunrise Mountain, one of the most eye-filling vistas on the Appalachian Trail. We keep the children busy at a campground in one of our hardwood forests. And we reflect on the sounds and sights of children's joy at Action Park near Great Gorge. Everything here is strictly do-it-yourself. This is for me. We enthusiasts for these light aircraft find currents that help us sweep across our northwestern slopes. Ah, for gossamer wings. Wings could soar me to winter, when these same hills are blanketed with snow. Creating one of the most easily reached and thus most popular ski areas in the East. Gossamer wings could sweep me over the highlands, where our major lakes and reservoirs are cupped within green hardwood forests. Modern reservoirs, such as that at Round Valley, have become recreation areas as well as places for water storage. Wings could soar me above the sprawling Great Swamp, a national wildlife refuge, less than a dozen miles from downtown Newark. Down there, from a bird's-eye view, is the beauty of the Garden State's productive fields. Princeton's Gothic spires pierce the woodland, and the Capitol Dome at Trenton glistens beside the Delaware River. An amazing sight is the Pine Barrens, a prime woodland of more than 1 million acres, broken occasionally by cedar swamps or cranberry bogs. Wings carry me along Atlantic City's swiftly changing boardwalk and above lagoons in Cape May County. Birds do not have all the advantages. From a craggy lookout above the Palisades, we see the hard rock cliff, remnant of an ancient volcano that rises majestically above the Hudson River. We stride in the lonely Great Swamp, so near to crowded centers, yet so distant in atmosphere, for my binoculars can bring deer up close. Or see a heron finding prey in the marshes. We can visit the Ford Mansion at Morristown, where George Washington and 17 of his leading officers lived and planned in the winter of 1779-80, far and away the toughest months of the American Revolution. Here were planned the strategies that would win the war. Nearby, at Jockey Hollow, also part of the Morristown National Historic Park, is the Wick Farmhouse. Visitors can relive the days when this was a notable 18th century landmark. And we hear tales of the days of 1780, when this house resounded with revolutionary activity. History buffs gather at Morristown in authentic Revolutionary War uniforms. On Princeton's Gothic campus, I stop often at Nassau Hall, built in 1756 and capital of the United States in 1783. Princeton and its cross-state neighbor Rutgers, the state university, make New Jersey the only state with two universities founded before the American Revolution. Old Queens is the central spirit of an ever-expanding university that serves New Jersey nobly. And Rutgers athletic teams are moving into the national spotlight. The sports complex in the Meadowlands is the New Jersey home for the professional football giants, the soccer Cosmos, and the basketball Nets. This is big league in every way. And it carries New Jersey's name across the land. Football's autumn impact is readily seen. Less obvious is another of our fall contributions: cranberries. New Jersey is the third largest grower of cranberries in America. That's impressive, yet secondary in the face of the wondrous spectacle at harvest time in one of our cranberry bogs. Cranberries are only one colorful spot in an agricultural economy that continues to thrive in our aptly named Garden State. Through hard work and through ingenious machines, such as this bean picker that makes harvest time a marvel in southern New Jersey. Millions of pounds of vegetables and fruits are fresh frozen for local and distant markets. But most of our produce still reaches nearby customers, fresh and sweet, by way of farm markets or supermarkets. There's nothing quite like a fresh-picked Jersey peach, unless it's a fresh-picked Jersey tomato. Agriculture for me also means horse farms in many parts of the state. Astonishingly, New Jersey is among the top 4 horse breeding states. Astonishment becomes joy when I see a colt gambol in springtime sun. Most of New Jersey's nearly 50,000 horses are used for personal pleasure. But many compete on even terms at the Meadowlands and other racetracks in and out of state. A few of our horses even become Western at Cowtown in Salem County, home of the major rodeo competition in the East. Much more within reach for personal amusement is the Jersey Shore, 127 miles of seashore from Sandy Hook to Cape May. Some battle the surf on boards. Lifeguards ride the breakers to perfect their skills. And some of us enjoy going the other way, against the waves. The ocean is all things to all people. And the beaches are for much more than sunbathing. Soaking up the sun is an oceanside preoccupation, but the beaches beckon long after summer is gone. The shifting sands may reveal a Cape May diamond, worthless except for the wealth of discovery. Although Cape May gems can be polished and cut to simulate real diamonds. Riches come as well to bird watchers, particularly at Cape May Point, the best-known birding area in the eastern United States. Here, during spring and fall bird migrations, thousands of bird watchers find their mecca. And experienced, enthusiastic guides introduce us to the skill of banding and releasing a hawk. Bird watching, girl watching, surf watching. The varieties of Jersey Shore activities are as boundless as the restless sea. Boaters leave their berths to set out on the boundless ocean for cruising, or for deep-sea fishing. Atlantic City always has had its share of vacations. But now, interest centers in casinos gleaming along the boardwalk. The whir of the wheels, the click of the slot machines, the vast gaming areas are another adaptation by Jersey Shore entrepreneurs in their eternal efforts to attract year-round visitors. The Miss America pageant lengthens the summer season. 36, 24, 36 are annual September dimensions. Lucy, the giant elephant built as a hotel at Margate in 1881, also has memorable dimensions. 75, 25, 55 feet, of course. Lucy, the only elephant of her kind in the world, shares part of New Jersey with real elephants at Great Adventure, the largest wild animal safari park outside of Africa. Where zebras have the right of way, and tigers bathe in public. Great Adventure is also a major theme park. There we thrill to a genuine, well, a more or less genuine imitation of a roaring rapids. But I am just as pleased to join tubers seeking Delaware River currents. Our floating dreams can surpass our craft. Alone, I find individuality in the Delaware's white waters, paddling upstream in a world where almost everyone else tries to go downstream. I trust my lot to the vagaries of the winds, on lakes in the highlands, or beside the Jersey shore. Some paddle themselves, others need a tow. And winter's freeze only accelerates for me the pace of lakeland boating. Enjoyment. Who is to say what it is? We gain it as spectators at Meadowlands Arena shows, or on the stages of Atlantic City casinos. Many of us prefer to perform ourselves. Hundreds of amateur groups in every part of the state give us the chance to bring a bit of Broadway to Main Street. One of New Jersey's hallmarks is its unparalleled diversity of ethnic groups, highlighted in a series of annual ethnic festivals at the Garden State Arts Center. At Orange Lawn Tennis Club, I watch in awe as top professionals compete in the club's prestigious annual tournament. Obviously, I enjoy New Jersey, yet often I reflect on why most of us really are here. It's simple. Here, exciting job opportunities are constantly created. Roads that carry me in search of the different also stamp in my mind countless signs of economic vitality. if a state is known by the companies it keeps, New Jersey commands attention. This state is as old as its brilliant role in the Revolution, as new as buildings rising in its cities. It is as peaceful as a deer in the great swamp, as lively as a bronco that did not get busted. It's the awakening of spring and the fulfillment of a youthful summer. It's the crispness of winter and the serenity of autumn. What more can I ask? What more do I need? I am home. Here, I plan to stay.